Hey guys, Sincere here from whoissincere.com. Want to bring to you some disturbing information here. Houston Chronicle, Sunday, July 26th, published a cartoon in memory of Sandra Bland. I'm going to read it to you. You changed lanes without signaling. She's going to have to go back to jail. Her cigarette is out now. Why would this be funny? This is in no kind of way funny. And the insult, her cigarette is out now, that's like a ha-ha moment. So I did some thinking. I actually tweeted to the Houston Chron. I tweeted this to him, but earlier I tweeted to him, did you guys ever hear of the Charlie Hebdo attacks? Because to me, I mean, the Black Lives Matter movement, I mean, it is really tense in Texas right now. I mean, people are really pissed off about Sandra Bland, and they have a right to be so. They know that there's been foul play. They know they've been lied to. The officer that pulled her over lied. The people that had her in jail lied. So, there's lies on every end. They're releasing tapes that have been doctored. They blame it on the uploading. Come on, man, we're not that stupid. We're not dumb. Uploading a video doesn't, you're not going to get a repetitive effect in the video without the audio being disturbed. If you're going to get a glitch in the video. So there's all kinds of things that are happening that we know, rightfully, it just shouldn't be happening. Sandra Bland should not be dead right now. And we know that. We know there's foul play involved. So this is the way the Houston Chronicle decides that we're going to sum it up with a cartoon degrading her memory. So, after making that Charlie Hebdo comment to the Houston Chronicle, I went over here and did some research to see, what was going on. I wanted to know, anything. I was going to look up Charlie Hebdo and pull a reference off of that. So I did some research and I ended up being rather stunned. In doing research, one of the headline articles from 13 hours ago, just 13 hours ago, jihadists won war on Charlie Hebdo. That's quite disturbing. It's quite disturbing to even read something like that, because if you put together what's going on with Black lives in America right now, okay, they're trying to demonize the black man to the point almost where he fits their description and narrative of a terrorist organization or a terrorist movement, or people that have terrorist tendencies. That's what's going to happen to the Black Lives Matters movement. They're not going to allow it to continue on. They won't even allow it to get to the strength of the Black Panther movement because it's going there very soon, like literally overnight if they don't stop playing games. So we look at what's going on. Black people across America are pissed off. This goes back to what Malcolm X was talking about. You can keep putting a Band-Aid on the problem and keep getting the black people to stop erupting in violence, but you're not fixing the core issues. White people don't like to hear you say that. They don't like for you to talk about income equality and education equality, because when you talk about income and education equality, that means somebody's spot is going to get taken in this capitalist society. Somebody's position is going to be taken. That's the greed of America. A lot of this racism is predicated by capitalism, democracy. I mean, it really is. These are just symptoms of the system that we live in. So at the end of the day, a lot of it has to deal with ignorance too. There's more than enough money to go around for everybody. No one has to be put out of a position, if they support ideas like equal education and income equality. If you support those, positions for all humans, not just for a select group of white people or for upper middle class white people that live on the side of the city instead of inner city. Come on, man. How many times do we have to see the same setup from city to city to city to city to city? It's whack. It's played out. Black people are tired of getting the shitty end of the stick. We don't want it anymore. I personally am working towards making sure it doesn't happen anymore. I believe that we should be self-sufficient. I believe we can even go as far as creating our own currency. I said it. So at the end of the day, for all the white people that don't like us, fine. You don't have to like us. We're a very powerful people, and we can do what we want to do. We don't have to listen. We don't have to comply. We don't have to obey. We don't have to bow down to ideology like this. We don't have to be castrated and made fun of and degraded and feel like that we're powerless and we can't do anything about it. The truth of the matter is black people are starting to wake up and realize we can do a whole lot about it. I am personally pushing for an issue for a matter of non-compliance. I don't want anybody that's suffered or going through any kind of things that, at the hands of police brutality, for people that really want to fight in the Black Lives Matters movement, we need to move to another level. It's called non-compliance. For the same people that rely on our services to get everything that they want, they rely on our services to run their Walmarts, they rely on our services to run everything. Anything that has to do with general labor. For all my brown-skinned individuals out there that are tired of being put in a position where you don't have income equality and education equality, I am telling you, non-compliance is the route to go. We don't have to go violence. No, we need to go mass non-compliance. Mass non-compliance will shut this system down. So at the end of the day, papers like this can keep posting all the BS they want to post. I mean, it's fine. You can try to prime us up to have a Charlie Hebdo style event so that the black man can be looked at like a terrorist. I've seen it happen. I lived in Lauderdale by the Sea in Fort Lauderdale in 2006, and I watched when Miami Police Department was putting black males on the screen, and these black males that they were putting on the screen, they were, using keywords like terrorist and terror. Come on. I've seen this 10 years ago. So I'm looking at it now and I'm like, this is no different. The reason why the NDAA and all that stuff was actually made is for moments like this when we can start putting people into those categories more effectively. The government isn't slick. People just have to stop falling for the BS. Stop falling for it, man. I'm so pissed off at the amount of people that fall for what the government and the media keeps pumping out. They want to start and incite racial tensions when you have stuff like this. Her cigarette is out now. It's like saying, she's dead. We got her. She's going down. Disgusting. Gross. So I said, okay, well, maybe, they just slipped up with that article. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe, they didn't mean to do something like this, and it's just an error. Then my better thinking self kicked into play, and I said, no, that's BS. There's not no error. They didn't make an error. It's impossible to make an error like that. And such an insensitive error. So let's go a little bit deeper. Obviously, some of the protesters went to the state trooper's home that actually arrested Sandra Bland. The Chronicle there, same people that put out that cartoon, they wrote an article about it. All right. Now, let's go through this article. I want to see if I can get the person's name that actually wrote it. Okay, Tina Nazarian. Okay? Now, let's go over this. So I said, okay, obviously the viewers of this newspaper, they're not going to put up with this kind of BS because they're going to be like, hey, this is way too soon. You guys have to take this now. What kind of viewers does the Chronicle have? Let's find out. Here we go. Here you go. WY Cowboy. Boss, can I have the day off to go protest in front of a cop's house in Katy? Yeah, that's going to happen. The more likely scenario, we got our food stamp Section 8 housing. We need something to do. I know. Let's go get some more handouts. And if that doesn't work, we'll riot and just take it. Here you go. Oh, piss. Let's ride over into their neighborhoods with rifles, guns, etc. Nothing will happen. parts of having privileges. So some people are actually fighting back and saying something, but you can see the racist elements that are coming out on the Chronicle. This is, hold on, let's keep going. Here you go. Yeah, so the cop was an ass. All the more reason to follow his directive. Wow, these people that are just following cops' directives. I mean, these white Americans, I'm just going to be honest with you. You white Americans that think like this, you are the stupidest people I have ever encountered in my life. You are being primed. You are being primed for a police state, and you are the perfect freaking candidates. You can't, some of you same people hold Confederate flags and say, oh, the government will never this and that. And then you'll go right on the Black Lives Matter post and say something stupid, like all the more reason to follow his directives because he was being an asshole. Does that even make sense? The government has you so brainwashed and so stupid right now that white people don't even make sense anymore. They don't even know what they're talking about. Not like, the racist elements of white people made sense in the first place to begin with, but it's definitely not making sense now. As far as me being racist or anything like that, don't come on my post. Don't ask me nothing about that. Don't come on my video saying, oh, you're racist. I'm not racist. I have a white child, a black child, and a Puerto Rican one. At the end of the day, I have a lot of room to talk. A lot of room to talk. So I'm telling you now that this is ridiculous what I'm seeing, okay? There you go. I'm just going to, scroll through and let you breeze over a few of them. I'll leave a link to the article in the description box below. You can check it out here. You're going to get a lot of people like this. Here we go. Let's go to some more. I just want to show people, because if you don't go over to the article, that's fine. But I want to make sure you have at least enough knowledge of being able to see, what the Chronicle, the kind of people that the Chronicle actually caters to. So let's pull up some more of these wonderful comments that we're reading so far. By the way, Chronicle, if you get a chance to see this, you have a very slow website. You need to get that fixed. I'm going to appreciate you getting that fixed right away. Thank you. All right, as you can see, we're having a problem with the Chronicle. Can't pop up any more comments right now. But that's okay. You guys get my point and what I'm talking about dealing with this. I myself, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. There's no reason that black people should be subjected to even having to see stuff like this. Come on, man. We know what's happening in America right now. But to rub it in, are they trying to create a Charlie Hebdo style event so they can continue with their governmental plan? And then these racist white elements that are going on the Chronicle are so dumb and naive that they don't even understand that. Black Lives Matters people, I can understand you not understanding it. You're out there moving off of emotion, raw emotion, and being angry and upset. But right now, the government is not angry and upset, and they're playing chess. Chess, not checkers. Some of these same people that work for the media have very close government contacts and ties. I don't know about the Houston Chronicle. I can't speculate who's in management there and who knows who. But I can say this, for this to be this ill-timed, I don't think it was a mistake. And I think that it's not a mistake because the Charlie Hebdo article that just came out about the jihadists winning over Charlie Hebdo. There's being fuel added to the fire. Houston Chronicle is not helping the situation. I'd say hit them up. Hit them up. Give them a call. Give them a tweet. Let them know how you feel about this BS. This is sincere. Stay safe. Stay prayed up. And don't worry about the mess that you see going on. If you pray, and you're a praying person and your spirit is at ease, then you're not going to worry about racism and all that other mess that's going on out there right now. You're going to get along with your white neighbors, your black neighbors, your Spanish ones, and everybody else too. You're going to get along with everybody because you're going to be at peace with yourself. A lot of these racist individuals aren't even at peace with themselves. They're control-hungry people that need to let it go. They can control us no longer. This is Sincere with whoisincere.com.